Speaking Retell Lecture Introduction. Let's learn the basics of Retell Lecture question type. You'll listen to a lecture and then retell the key points. This is basically just like attending a lecture and then telling a friend what the lecture was about. So if a friend later on asks you, you attended that seminar, you attended that lecture, what did you learn? What was it about? Then you'll tell him a bit of some general introduction and a couple of key points, right? And that's precisely what you have to do in this question type as well. So the lecture that you hear, the audio, it will be of up to 90 seconds. So it's not a very small audio as in the other speaking tasks like the repeat sentence or answer short question. This is of a medium length audio, and therefore it becomes important that you take notes and listen attentively. Otherwise, you'll not be able to understand or capture the key information in the audio in the lecture. You'll only have 1 or 2 questions of this type in the exam. After the audio is ended, there'll be a 10 seconds gap that you can use to prepare your response, just to structure your response in your mind. And then after that, you'll get another 40 seconds to record the response. Since in this case, you will be listening quite a lot to first understand what the lecture is about, you also get points for listening. So it also contributes towards your listening score. That sort of makes this an important question type. And there's only 1 or 2. But if you follow a proper method, if you pay attention when you are listening, then you can really score quite well in this question type. And it also boosts, as I said, it also boosts your listening score. This is what the screen looks like. So on the left, you see an image. Sometimes you can also see a video. But mostly, what you will see on the left is an image. And then 2 boxes on the right. In the box on the top, you will see the audio that's playing. And in the box at the bottom, it will be for recording your response. So you have to keep your eye at the progress bars in both the boxes. And as soon as the audio ends, then you know there's just 10 seconds, after which the microphone will open up. You'll also hear a tone when the microphone opens up. So be ready with your response. Be ready to speak as soon as the microphone opens up. How does the scoring work? Much in the same way as it did for other question types. 0 to 5 points for content. So if you are able to capture all the relevant points, the most important points from the lecture, you will get 5. Otherwise, if you fail to capture any relevant information, you will get a 0. Then for oral fluency, you will get 0 to 5. And for pronunciation, you will get 0 to 5. And like the other speaking questions, if your content, the points for oral fluency, the fluency and pronunciation will be given only if you have scored points for content. So if your answer you speak, but it's not relevant, it's not accurate, then you will not get any points for fluency and pronunciation. Therefore, it is important you pay attention, you take notes, you try to understand what the lecture is about. That in a nutshell is what the Retell Lecture question type is about. Let's have a look at an example. So I'll just play this audio and then I'll show you the sample response. Later on, of course, when we do guided practice, and we'll also look at a proper method to do it step by step. But take this as a warm-up exercise. Here's the lecture.
Okay, so today I want to talk about banking, and this ties in somewhat to my previous lecture, which was on real estate, because banks are major real estate lenders and investors in real estate securities, and we're going through a subprime crisis right now, which is a banking crisis as well. And so I will talk a little bit about what we discussed last time. But anyway, I wanted to start out with the most fundamental thing is what are banks? Okay, what is a bank? Historically, money lenders of one sort or another go back to who knows how far back, thousands of years. So you might say banks existed in ancient times. But the history of banking often goes back only a matter of hundreds of years.
That's the lecture. I'll give you 10-20 seconds to prepare your response, and then we'll look at the sample response. Here's the sample response.
Okay. So today I want to talk about banking.
The lecturer talks about banking and how it is related to real estate. This is because banks lend a lot to real estate and invest in real estate sector. The current banking crisis is largely related to real estate, according to the lecturer. Though money lenders have been around for thousands of years, actual banking sector is not so old. So that's our response. And in the subsequent sections, we'll learn a lot more about Retell Lecture.